Alright, this is the start of the Lego room tour. Various little idea sets, they call them. Yellow Submarine, Mickey and Minnie, the Flintstones, and Mystery Machine there. A couple of the kits on the bottom. There's two houses there, and the two trucks in the front are from the early 60s. Those trucks are actually HO scale, 187, if you know trains. And just some little tidbits. That little box in the back on that third shelf is how Lego used to be sold. Moving on, various cars from the Speed Champions line, all European supercars, minifig scale, everyone's got a driver. Below that, for early container ship and the last incarnation, the Maersk Triple E. The next two shelves are supercars and one truck. A Porsche, two Porsches. The white is a Porsche also. That's a Bugatti Chiron. $1 million cars in Lego. And a Mack Anthem truck. The Bender head is not a Lego kit. That was done by a brilliant builder named Adrian Drake. If you get a chance, look up his Serenity ship build. Unbelievable. Minifig scale, all lit up. The Death Star. This thing is as fragile as could be. One sneeze and the thing just collapses. There's about 2,000 parts in there, all just stacked up. It's moved 3 times and it's fallen twice. I don't even come near it. Heavy construction equipment, different cranes, lift trucks. These are some of those complex Lego creations. Dozens of gears and pins, flywheels. Almost all of them have some sort of operating feature. There's probably 900 batteries up here. All kinds of stuff. Star Wars, the Imperial Shuttle. And now a big shelf of Star Wars. That X-Wing at the top was the very first Lego kit I bought when I came out of what's known as the Dark Ages. It came out in 1991, if I recall. Latest shuttle, TIE fighters, a Jawa crawler, a newer X-Wing from about 5 years ago, if I remember. Now the Imperial Star Destroyer. I'm gonna get back for a shot of that. Another very fragile piece. Those top plates are huge and they just disintegrate when you touch them. Continuing on. These are some very old kits from the 70s. That yellow castle is the very first Lego castle ever produced from I want to say 1970s, but I don't remember the exact date. The rest of the kits are that vintage also, including the first lunar lander. A couple of Falcons. Lego's released 6, 7 Falcons. I have every one of them. Big Falcons anyway. Some Y-Wings and an old biplane from the 90s. Shaky there. Too old to be getting up and down. From the front, some X-Wings. Different movies, different franchises. You can see as they get newer, they get more detailed. This is the original Millennium Falcon, released in 2007. showing its age a little bit. It's kind of weathered. There's some snow speeders from the Hoth battle in the second movie. Some Y-wings. And the newer Millennium Falcon came out about 5 years ago. Several thousands pieces. Jabba's sail barge, a couple of shuttles. We have Benny's spaceship. Another piece from the Lego movie, Benny's mech. More early sets from the 60s and 70s. Those big people on the top are the original idea for minifigs. Basically just brick built. You can see things have come a long way. Simpsons. Simpsons house in the Quickie Mart. Quick flyover. This is a Lego Ninjago theme, some sort of ninja thing. Mostly for the kids, but I really like the two big buildings from the set, so there they are. The bottom shelf is Lego ships. That Constellation frigate, the red deck, that dates from the 80s, very early 80s. It's an original. And the rest of these came out. Most of them are Pirates of the Caribbean ships. The Imperial Command ship from about 10 years ago. The Avengers helicarrier. Scarlett Johansson not included. Some larger scale Lego cars. Two of their Technique supercars there on the bottom left and the middle. And now the little village. These are all what Lego calls their modular building series. They've been coming out for 13 years now, and I have every one going back to the very beginning. This right here that says hotel, the building with the hotel on it, it's called a Cafe Corner, and that was the very first one ever released. If you could find one of these still sealed in a box, it's worth about $5 grand. Lego actually appreciates in value as it gets older. Sealed kits sell for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. That original Millennium Falcon kit was selling in the neighborhood of $10,000 at one point in time. There's all kinds of little street scenes. It's like a helicopter view. It's a little street fair. Those aren't part of the kits. I just added them on to sort of embellish the scene a bit. But there's all kinds of stuff going on up here. A little flea market scene. And now more Star Wars. Jabba's Palace. Another version of it. Leia's Imperial Shuttle. Yoda. A couple of R2s. Another Yoda. It was actually a Target display piece that I stole from Target. This is the Super Star Destroyer. It stops eventually. And this is the Ewok Village from Return of the Jedi, where Billy D. Williams proved that he was the only person in the Star Wars universe that could dance. Moving right along. Here's Bender again. Say hi, Bender. This is the giant Hogwarts castle that doesn't have a place to sit right now, so it just sits on the floor. But there you go. And the last piece, almost the last piece, is the Lego Architecture series, which is one of my favorites. Started 20 years ago, maybe, by a man named Adam Reed Tucker, a Chicago architect, who designed all these little miniature landmarks from all around the world, city skylines, historic places. Taj Mahal is brand new. That just went in last week. White House in the Capitol. More city skylines. Some Frank Lloyd Wright houses. And lastly, for sure this time, some NASA, including the big Saturn V. Poster behind it's by Randall Monroe of XKCD fame. Those of you who are nerds will know who I'm talking about. So there you have it. That is the Lego room.